like my Willie D hands. You know what I'm saying? I am so proud of you for choosing this symbolic action because most individuals do not even realize that they can have a positive psychological change after experiencing trauma. And here you are, pushing forward. Look at you. I like this. I like seeing you like this. So before we dive deep into this video, please think about supporting me by subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell. Means you are joining a vibrant and supportive community of individuals who wants to make choices about their mental health. And if you get something from this particular video, please like and share it with someone as well. Now, let's get started on this action because I think this one right here is the bomb.com. Now, this is going to be simple but challenging. Hopefully, you get your listening ears turned on. Oh my goodness. I remember them saying that to us when I was in elementary school. Our teacher would be like, class, put your hands to your ears. Now turn them on. And we used to turn our ears like knobs, literally, like just turning them. Have any of you had to do that as a kid? Oh man, if not, well, it's the first time for everything, right? Come on, y'all. Please turn your listening ears on. That's so funny. Oh, okay. Some people go through a constructive psychological shift in response to a life crisis or traumatic incident, as described in Psychology Today. Without downplaying the severity of the trauma, the theory of post-traumatic growth proposes that hardship can unintentionally lead to shifts in perspective about one's place in the world and the people in it, right? They say that post-traumatic growth can, in fact, coexist with post-traumatic stress disorder. Ain't that something? Now let's talk about the 5 areas that build this growth, right? The appreciation of life, relationships with others, new possibilities in life, personal strength, and spiritual or philosophical change, right? Cherishing life with joy is one of the most essential areas because you begin just to appreciate small things like being alive or seeing the sunrise another day, right? Or just having food on your table. Some just see that life is short and taken for granted so easily, but when they had to go through something traumatic, they start to see life in a whole different way, which gives them a more positive outlook on what life's purpose is. Relating to others is the next one that they talk about because knowing that you're not alone also helps strengthen your social support with people who add meaning to your life. Whether that's family or professionals, it doesn't matter as long as they add and not subtract. Like right now, I might be contributing to your growth after something traumatic, right? You might have just recently gone through something and found your sis and engaged in my content, giving you strength a little bit at a time. Yo, I'm adding to your life. I'm adding to your life. Man, I can't sing for nothing, but I'm adding to your life. I know that. Hopefully. I hope I am. See, I had to think about it 3 times. Like, wait a minute. I hope I am. Moving on. Just like appreciating life, new possibilities exist if you let them. This area focuses on seeing the world differently. And what was a priority before the traumatic event is no longer a priority. If you were always worried about shallow or surface things before, you might find completely different things to focus on and achieve, whether that's spending time with family more often or taking care of yourself with self-care routines pre-trauma. These things really contribute to your growth. Now, personal strength is one of those areas that my channel is all about, because as humans, we have many things to deal with. We sometimes can use risky behaviors to cope, but personal strength gives us the opportunity to make wise choices, and using that undirected energy to do proactive actions, which leads to better health after trauma if we tap into it. Now, the last one is spiritual change. Now, this one is the one that takes you on a quest to a deeper level of awareness about life, beliefs, and meaning. So many people find a path to take in life after a horrific event, which helps with all the other 4 areas I just mentioned. So the spiritual change is the one, y'all, right? I'm telling you, I'm dropping gems right now, and I hope you are picking up what I'm putting down in my Cat Williams voice. I got a lot of voices, right? But for real, if you are a trauma survivor, this knowledge about these 5 domains of post-traumatic growth is going to be of great help during the recovery process. So before we do our post-traumatic growth exercise, let's take our breathing break. I would like to take this opportunity to say, look, I believe in you. If you have gotten this far in this video, there is something in you that is ready for this growth. Tell me, do you yearn to grow wiser and stronger after each teachable event in your life? If so, what is stopping you from learning? Have you personally grown from a traumatic event? If so, what did you add to your life? And what did you subtract? I ask these things because as your sis, I want us to think about life and what to multiply, what to add, divide, and subtract. Subtract things and thoughts or people in our lives, right? So right now, let's engage with fellow viewers in the comments below. Share your thoughts and connect with people who share their thoughts as well. Please keep it cute, okay? Keep it cute. We are siblings and we are here for each other, okay? Together, we can create a space where everyone feels heard, valued, and inspired to care for themselves. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. I love doing these mental breaks. All right, it is time for the action. Well, having traumatic events happen to you and traumatizing you for a while can often feel like countless pieces of you are scattered around, waiting to be assembled. And as your sis, please believe I am going to go all the way with you. You can do this in a truly unique way, just like solving a puzzle. Speaking of puzzles, in this particular symbolic action, you are going to become your own puzzle master and take each piece of trauma and grow from it by putting yourself back together again, piece by piece. But here's the twist. This puzzle comes with a post-traumatic growth list to navigate through first. So I am going to explain this first, and then we will have to step out of our comfort zone for the next part. Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait for you to explore this action. So we are going to deal, then feel, especially heal and seal all of this right now. But before we do, I have to warn you that we are going to put our traumas on the table and navigate them in ways that might trigger you. So with that said, I encourage you to have a support system in place, such as a trusted friend or a family member, therapist, or a helpline to reach out to if needed. Remember, it is perfectly all right to pause, take breaks, or stop watching altogether if you feel overwhelmed. So let's deal with it. I was hoping you could write down some traumatic events and things that have happened that surrounded the situation that makes you hide inside. So for example, Let's just say a person that was growing up in a household where their parent was verbally abusive. And one day that child endured the most horrific verbal abuse by being called so many names, speaking negatively about their appearance, belittled, humiliated, and having their life threatened. The psychological mistreatment profoundly impacted their development and sense of self. So this person will write certain things that were said down one by one. The name calling, the facial expressions, or whatever they can remember, and just be in that moment by dealing with it. So that's what I want you to do. Just write down one by one the traumatic things you have encountered that led you to shame, guilt, and low self-esteem, or things that were just flat out wrong and should not have been done to you. Or maybe you've seen some things that a human should not have seen, or you have been through something you should have not gone through. You are the only one who can determine the trauma and the level of the trauma. Then after we have dealt with it, we are going to feel it. Now it's time to just sit with it. And the main thing here is to become aware of those feelings and let them go. So I'll give you some time to just think about what you want to write down, and then we'll go into feeling it. We're going to let it go. Let whatever feelings pour out of you at this moment, let it come up without you trying to suppress them or push them down. Let them run their course. Don't fear it. Don't judge it. Don't run away from it. Don't analyze it. Just feel and focus on letting go of the energy behind it. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all can do this. You can do it. Let those thoughts come and flow in your head like a river or a stream. Don't try to abandon a thought. Just realize that it is just a thought. Let it be. And don't resist the feeling. Okay, after dealing and feeling, now the healing manifests. So for this video, I want you to imagine you have a puzzle of yourself in front of you. But after this video, I would like for you to make this a physical action and not you imagining it, but really buy a personal puzzle online by searching personal puzzles in Google. And FYI, there are different prices too, okay? I just want to throw that out there. But you can get one from Amazon, puzzleu.com, Shutterfly, and more. And I know that is some out there I probably did not see, but I got mine from puzzleu.com. But anyway, choose a picture of yourself that you really like to upload or send in. Also, it really doesn't matter how big the puzzle is, but if you have a lot of trauma, you might want to get a bigger one since you are the puzzle master, right? You're going to finish this puzzle. Now I'm back to imagining the puzzle already here with your picture as the puzzle. Think of all the pieces coming out of the box scattered on a flat surface. And now you see that they are not put together. Take one piece, put it in your hand, and name that piece whatever trauma you experienced. And grab another piece that fits with the first one and name that one. And put both pieces together. Now, I was giving you the instructions on how I want you to do this in your head. But remember, If you are going all the way out like I did, because I bought the puzzle, and once it came, I put time aside to let the pieces fall where they may. Once the pieces scattered, I used this checklist to name my trauma and what type of growth did I have that connected to that situation. Yes, I did. And that's what I want you to do right now. I know you can only do this in your head because I didn't prepare you. I get it. But you can always come back to this video and do it again with a physical puzzle in front of you. So, the growth checklist was questions like, after the traumatic event, did you first make an effort to improve your connections and show greater empathy towards others around you? After the traumatic event, did you, number 2, realize you have more inner fortitude than you give yourself credit for? After the traumatic event, did you, number 3, improve your ability to deal with adversity and hardship? After the traumatic event, did you, number 4, acquire fresh insights into who you are? After the traumatic event, did you, number 5, realign your life's priorities with what you truly value? That's a good one. After the traumatic event, did you, number 6, learn to accept the outcomes of situations? After the traumatic event, did you, number 7, become more willing to express your emotions more using wisdom? Basically, have you strengthened your emotional intelligence? That's basically what it's asking, okay? After the traumatic event, did you become wiser for having experienced this? After the traumatic event, did you, number 9, have a greater sense of closeness with others? Number 10, after the traumatic event, did you have 3 personal strengths in yourself that have emerged from this? After the traumatic event, did you, number 11, get a deeper appreciation for the wonderfulness of human beings? After the traumatic event, did you, number 12, empathetically listen to yourself and others after this event? After the traumatic event, did you have a greater appreciation for the value of your own life? After the traumatic event, did you build a team trust? Basically, have you built some type of support without blaming yourself? After the traumatic event, did you, number 15, have a greater feeling of self-reliance? After the traumatic event, did you, number 16, give yourself time to open up about how you really feel? After the traumatic event, did you improve your awareness of the divine? After the traumatic event, did you reflect on any aspect of your life where your actions negatively impacted yourself or others? And have you made positive changes as a result? This one was a big one for me because sometimes as victims, we can turn around and make other victims by doing the same actions that someone did to us to others. I guess that's where the saying hurt people comes from. Like if a parent verbally abused you, you might see yourself verbally abusing your children and not even knowing or understanding the cycle that you are keeping going. All right? After the traumatic event, did you, number 19, establish a new path for your life? After the traumatic event, did you use cognitive restructuring when trying to manage thoughts. And if you answer yes to 10 of them, you are on your way to growth. Once you hit at least 10, start putting your puzzle together. Now, if you are under 10, figure out where you have room to develop and use that to your advantage. And then just go back into that experience and start growing from there. I think you can do it. So now, when putting the puzzle together, you should think of every action you have done to grow from the situation. That way, you can feel this deeply, which benefits the healing process. So again, I will go over what the action is so you will understand it, okay? So take a puzzle piece, assign a name to the trauma, normalize the feelings behind it, and look at that piece and see which area of growth was associated with this trauma. Like if you established a new path for your life. Then get another piece that fits and do the exact same thing. And once you have both pieces, put them together with a smile. And just know you are a joyful warrior. I know we may have way more pieces after. So if you finish naming the trauma and putting the pieces together, just put the rest of the pieces together because it's a beautiful picture of you, right? So now that you have gone through some healing, let's seal it up. All right? You can only seal the puzzle once you answer yes to all of the questions on your growth list. And if you got to this point, man, I am scared of you. Go ahead with your bad self. Oh, man. You should put, man, I'll be having fun with y'all. I'll just be in my own little way, just doing my thing. Okay. You should put the puzzles together. And that's where the sealing comes in. Okay. Put it together and frame it on your wall and be proud of the growth you have worked so hard for. Now you can do this again and again and again by purchasing new puzzles with new images of yourself. I mean, I got a couple. Now, let's recap. We talked about post-traumatic growth in the 5 areas. The appreciation of life, relationship with others, new possibilities, personal strength, and spiritual change. We also got into the symbolic action for today was to write down your traumatic experiences to deal with, feel, heal, and seal all of it by becoming your own puzzle master by taking each puzzle piece and naming it with the trauma you have to deal with or dealt with, putting other pieces that fit with them, representing the trauma and the growth you have had. And I know these interactive pathways can take a lot out of you if you are passionately doing them, right? So celebrate good times. Come on. I hope to see you on our next journey. And if you like what I am doing and the way I am trying to help individuals overcome things in their own space, again, please subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell to stay updated when I drop new valuable content that interests you. This is the last interactive path video to this option, and don't you worry, I'll be back with some more. Trust me, your sis from a different miss has your back. So until next time, detect, check, affect, and accept what is going on in your life conscientiously. Glee.